Big Louie from LOU2RETRO, here with another quick pickup video that we had from this week. I'm going to blow through these fast because we already posted another video today. First of all, Skater Die 2 from friend of the show, Hooper. Dropped that off at work. I think he had an extra one, so he gave me one. So I was pretty pumped about that. Have not played it yet. This next game, I saw it at a Goodwill a week or two ago and didn't pick it up, and thought about it all week long, and I was like, we don't have a whole lot of PlayStation games that I would actually play, and this is one that we probably would. Not big into fighters, but Gundams are pretty cool. This is Gundam Battle Assault 2, and it is complete. The disc is actually, it's got a couple little minor scratches on it, but it plays just fine. And I want to say I paid $2 for this actually, and it's like a good $15 game. So that was pretty good little find. And then the last group of stuff that we have here is actually I got up a little bit early this morning. It was about, I don't know, it was like 6:20 when I woke up, got out of bed. About a week or so ago, me and the kids went to a thrift store down the road from our house, and they had a lot of Sega Genesis games. They had a lot of other stuff too, but primarily we were interested in the Sega Genesis stuff that they had, and I think all of it was in box. And the prices weren't, tempting at the time, because they were like $4 or $5 a piece for games that were about $4 or $5, and they had one or two games I remember that were over the $5 range, maybe like $10 to $30 games. And they just so happened, I happened to notice a flyer on the door that said they had a 50% off sale today. So I've been, eagerly waiting this and hoping I could go in there and get this stuff for a pretty good deal. And the hard part of that is when you have to wait for something like that, you're like, oh man, somebody else is going to come in and buy it. I know one or two of the games were definitely underpriced for what they go for on the market, but hopefully they weren't titles that jumped out to people that they would want. So we'll see if they're there and if they even have anything else. Last night I was thinking about this thing all last night and all weekend, but I didn't sleep. I don't know why. It's not like a giant school or anything like that, but we really haven't gone too much game hunting lately, so I guess it's, the thrill of the hunt is still in my blood, and, I was thinking about it all night and all weekend, and I really didn't get to sleep too much last night. We watched a movie, and we didn't get to bed until like 1, so I just was so tired, and I almost brought Sadie, because she happened to hear me get up when I was trying to sneak out, and she said she just wanted to watch Disney Collector Egg videos, which is one of her favorite things to do. So I'm almost there. I actually left quite a bit earlier than they opened, just to make sure that I'm kind of first in line if they have a line for today. So we'll see how that goes. I almost have a feeling I'm going to see some of the other people around the area that I know do game hunting. I almost have a feeling of it. So I guess if that happens, maybe I'll say, hey, you or me were here first, and what we'll do is, it'll be like picking teams for dodgeball when you're a kid, I get one, then you get one, and I get one, and you get one, and so on and so forth, starting with the first person that showed up. So we'll see how that goes. Hey guys, so I just left the store. I was the first one there, and nobody showed up for about, I don't know, a half hour or whatever. I showed up probably, it was less than an hour before the store opened, and right there in the last 5 minutes, tons of people started showing up, and I was, it was kind of chilly out. It was only like 35 degrees out, so the last 10 minutes I kind of stepped out of my car and was waiting by the door, because that's when people started showing up or whatever. And I really wasn't going to get out of the car until I saw some, younger kids about, my, 20s, 30s start showing up, and I'm like, well, there's probably only one reason these guys are here. So, I was the first one over at the video games, and there was a couple guys behind me, and a couple of the games that I wanted actually the big game that I wanted, that I saw that they had there, had been bought already. Somebody didn't wait till half off, which is probably a good idea. And that was a Sega Genesis Pocahontas game in box, which goes for, I don't know, upwards of $30 on eBay normally, or the normal price charting. And they wanted 10, so it would have only been 5. And that alone right there would have been a good deal to make me feel good about all the other games that they had there. So that was gone, and it looked like somebody had bought quite a few of the other ones. They had a couple Miss Pac-Mans. They had a cardboard box Miss Pac-Man for Sega Genesis, and the plastic box clamshell for Sega Genesis, which I was interested in both of those, and they wanted 5 a piece, I think, and so they would have been $250, and those were gone, as well as a couple of the other good games. They had Sega Genesis WrestleMania was gone. Sorry, dropped my phone. But anyway, so I'll go through all the games later on when we record this week's LOU2RETRO. I was hoping that we'd have an awesome score this morning. Like I said, I was having problems sleeping last night because I was kind of nervous about it. Just because I hadn't gone video game hunting, and we kind of rolled the dice to see whether or not we would get that, that big lot of games that they had in there. And so they didn't have it, the majority of them, but we did get some, so we'll show you those here shortly. Alright, so I had to take a little break there. We had a visitor come in. Who are you?
Sadie.
Sadie, yeah. You want to help me go through these last games?
Yeah, I'll take the one.
Let me tell them the story first, okay? Okay. So I didn't buy the one. I should have bought the choice ones that were in there. They had a Pocahontas Sega Genesis complete in box, which is like a good $30 game, and they wanted $10, so I could have gotten it for 5, or I could have just went ahead and bought it for $10 and got it, a good deal on it. What do you want to say?
And there's no Pocahontas games there,
so we didn't get a Pocahontas, but we did end up going back and getting some of the ones that we left behind. Let me see one more thing real quick. Okay. So out of the remaining ones that were there, I think I don't know if he subs to me, but I see him posting stuff a lot online. I think his name's Patrick Finnegan, retro gamer kid. I just subscribed to him today, but him and his little brother.
I'm Hobby Kid.
Yeah, I think it's his little brother, but they went out and bought a good majority of the awesome titles that they had left in there. Which that's great. I'm glad, some kids got it and not a collector or whatever, or a reseller that's going to go out and resell them. So we bought everything that they didn't grab. So what did we get?
Lion King game.
Yep, and we paid about $2 each for these games, which aren't bad. So we got Lion King, and we already had this one, but this is a later upgrade. Hyenas. Yep. So that's a pretty good one, right? You'll like that one? Okay. We got NBA Action 95 loose with David Robinson. His son plays for Notre Dame. We got Matt. What? Okay. We got Madden 97 loose. We got John Madden Football 93. No manual. Game's got stickers on it I gotta clean up, but it's in pretty good shape. It's a thick, beefy case right there. Let's see here. This is NFL 95 cardboard case. It's got paperwork in there. Looks like it's it's got the manual and some of those other promotional type stuff in there. Let's see here. This is in looks like some sort of, 90s resale case or whatever. Previously played game from somewhere, but it was a Sega Genesis previously played game cardboard box. This is Richard Scarry's Busy Town. It says Sega Club. I wonder if that means anything. So that'd be interesting to check that out. This says early childhood, ages 3+. That's kind of weird for Sega to be into that market, especially since I'm reading that Console Wars. That's kind of the market they weren't trying to hit. They left that for Nintendo. A copy of Hardball that has seen better days. The top is still there. I just have to glue it back on, I think. It's coming up a little bit in the corner there. And then we got, let's see here, NFL Football 94 starring Joe Montana.
Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot. I said Joe Montana.
They really milked that Joe Montana license once they had him.
I said Joe Montana.
No manual. And we have a couple other Joe Montana games for the Sega Genesis, but that is it that we got this week. And again, you know, I'm glad that they got those games. And you know, as soon as I drove away from the store, I texted our friend Hooper and I was like, "Hey, did you buy those games?" You know, I was like, I've been sitting on those things for like a week or so, like just hoping, you know, and hoping somebody, you know, didn't get them or whatever. But and I did some filming at the store this morning, you know, a little bit ahead and a little bit behind. I don't know if I'm gonna air it on here, but at least I have it. So anyway, that's it. Just real quick pickups for this week, just so I can get our other video posted, and hopefully we'll get another good video up next week.